Can we give it up for Stefano? Let's go. Yes. Yes.
All right, brother. What's up, motherfuckers? In case you're wondering, I'm this one. And everyone else is you guys. What are we going to talk about today? Oh, yes. Before we get started, actually, I want to invite you to quickly look to someone who you haven't really met yet and just give them a quick high five and thank them for being here right now. Quick high five. Behind you, maybe. Thank them for being here. All right. So we're going to talk today, apparently, about this. There's a billion events, right, in the world. In Medellin, how many are there? Probably 50 this week. And you're all here today. So it means a lot. It says a lot about where you put your energy in. And I'm curious, who here, raise your hand if you've hosted a gathering in the last month. Okay, that's a big chunk. So a gathering is really any moment that you bring people together. So it's not about hosting an event like this. It's about if you do a co-working in Starbucks with your friends, that's a gathering. If you host a tea party with your two girlfriends, that's a gathering, right? So gatherings are parties, are experiences, are events. You can call them whatever you want. And there are, unfortunately, at least in my opinion, so many mediocre gatherings, so many events that just suck so much. And I'm on a quest to change that. But the thing is that you guys don't think like I do. And most people don't either, because most people, they don't know what they're missing out, right? When you go to a gathering or an event and all the events are like that, well, that's the normal, right? I went to an escape room. My first escape room was this shitty escape room in I think it was in Poland, and it was terrible. I had a terrible time. But then I went to another one that won these crazy awards in Berlin, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking epic, right? So I changed my standards for an escape room. And it's similar with events, right? So the thing is, when you do something small, something a little bit different, that changes the event a little bit, people are going to be like, oh, wow, that's cool. And when you do a lot of cool little things that, makes this different, people are going to be like, oh, wow, that's epic, right? So I'm here to tell you, I'm here to show you 3 ways that you can make your gatherings, your events, a little bit more epic, a little bit more memorable, okay? I'm Stefano, by the way. I'm the founder of Epic Llama. We design and host playful, weird, and wonderful experiences that foster curiosity, that foster creativity, and most importantly, connection. We have event series called Playground for Adults, Onion. We have an Onion Hour event, which is not working meets networking, and the biggest one, we have an event called Fuck the Small Talk, which is now, as of 2 weeks ago, present in 11 cities around the world, so super excited about that. So I've learned that my fair share of how to host, is the light thing working? Okay. So I've learned, I have a fair share of knowledge on how to host really cool gatherings. So we're gonna go through tips. The number 1 rule, there's actually 20, I'm just gonna give 3, okay? My first one is have rules, set rules in place. If you're gonna host a naked dinner party, then the rule is that everybody has to be naked, right? I'm gonna read you something that I love from Priya Parker. She has this book called The Art of Gathering, which I love, and a lot of what's inspired here is from her. It says, rules can create an imaginary transient world that is actually more playful than your everyday gathering. One of the things that we do at our co-working sessions, we have these co-working sessions in here called Get Shit Done. I know a couple of you here are in the crowd who come. We basically ask everyone not to have any calls. If you're not going to be there early, you can't come. So we are very strict in the rules, but people really appreciate that stuff. So don't be scared to set rules. The number 2 is don't be a chill host. Everybody loves being the chill host. Oh yeah, come to my party, and nothing happens. There's 30 people there sitting on the sofa. As the host, you have a certain power, and it's called generous authority. Use that power to actually do something a little bit different, to actually guide the people who are coming in, right? Letting them a little bit, guiding them and designing things that can potentially enhance the experience, okay? So having a venue and having beer is not enough to host a memorable gathering. And the last one, we're going through them quick. There's like a million things, of course, to talk about. But the last one is designed for connection. All right? When I say connection, I mean human connection. The vast majority of people go to events to meet people. You're all here not to see me or anyone else on stage. You're most likely here to meet other people, right? So, but the problem is that most hosts, whether it's you in your house or event organizers or whoever, they don't design for that. So having very simple things like a name tag, having simple things like the host introducing the audience or connecting, having a little game at the introduction. There's so many little things that you can do to actually make your event a little bit more memorable. And if you don't want to do any of those, you can always start, I guess, with the high five. So, thank you. That was so short. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben. Always shorter than what you expect, right? Doesn't matter how much time you got. Speaking my language, though, who loved this? Those 3 tips? 3. Amazing, right? I totally appreciate it. People ask me how Give It All was so good. Based on those 3 events. Instead of rules, I say standards. Hopefully, who got the multiple texts and emails about arriving on time? Did you guys get that? Yes. Yeah, punctuality is a big standard here. Because, it's very distracting when people are coming into the room. And if we can't show up here on time, I feel like it's a disrespect to ourselves, but also to others in the audience, the speakers and everyone else. So let's hold that. And what was the second one there? Don't be passive. Be active. The way that I'm here on stage is not, those of you that know me personally, I'm pretty chill. Up here, I'm not. Because we say, bring the fucking energy. Let's lift the bar. I love that. And then connection. Absolutely. Excuse me, down the back there. One of the things is humans more than ever right now are craving connection. And so those of you that we've worked together on projects and retreats and different events, this is the one thing I always keep coming back to. Connection. What is that transformational value? It's never logistical. It's always deeper, and it's usually based on connection. So I love that. Thank you so much. Epic message. Let's give it up one more time.